Greetings, people of YouTube. This is John with another product review for you today. This is something called the OLALA. Hope I'm saying that right. They might pronounce it OOLALA, don't know, but looks like OLALA to me. Power case for the iPhone 6. This is a 3200 milliamp power case, and essentially what we're dealing with here is a protective case that provides additional battery power so that when your phone runs out of juice, you hit a button and it uses the power that's stored in the battery to juice it back up. This power case is available on Amazon for $32.99. Okay, so here's what you have inside the box. It comes with the manual, which actually is a pretty well-written manual. I've taken the time to look through this, and it has a lot of good information in it, so make sure you read the manual. It has the case itself. It has this little extension thing, and you'll see why in just a minute. And then it has the micro USB adapter. The reason it has a micro USB adapter instead of a Thunderbolt adapter is because the Thunderbolt attaches to the phone here, but this is for micro USB, the place where you plug this thing in to charge the battery that's inside the case. All right, so here's my iPhone 6, which I, again, have had to remove from the original protective case that I bought for it, but that's okay because this protective case seems pretty sturdy. One thing I want to say, though, because this bothered me for a long time, and I haven't said this in a review yet, is that I don't know what Apple was thinking when they made these things, because they are downright slippery to try to handle without a case. So I don't know. I guess they expected you to put it in a case. I don't know. But that's a really bad design flaw if you ask me. But anyway, back to the battery protective case thing here. Basically what you do is you take this piece off. Just slides right off. That's for the top of the phone. And then your phone just kind of slides in here, and then you have to be careful to make sure that the Thunderbolt, in fact, connects with your phone. And you put this case back on here, or the top of the case, I should say, and this is it. It's just that easy to install this thing. And it's a very rubberized grip, so it's very, it would be hard to drop this thing. And it allows you access to the button on the side as well as the buttons on this side. It has the opening for your camera lens and microphone there. And then, like I said before, it has your micro USB adapter here. And then if you were going to use headphones with this battery / protective case installed on your phone, you'd be hard-pressed to find a headphone connector that will go this deep. This allows it to go that deep. So you plug that in there, and now you have your, basically what's in there is extended out to here. So I'm not sure how much I like that. I mean, it's good that they have given you a provision to plug stuff in. So I'm not going to complain about that. The thing I don't like about it is it seems like it might be easier for stuff to come unplugged from this, or for this to slip out. All right, so to hook this up to the computer, I'm going to put the micro USB into the phone and the USB into the computer. And this is really great. As you can see from the computer screen, it's working as a data transfer as well as a charging port. So this is going to make this case far more useful than I had hoped for. If you look on the back at the LEDs, you'll notice that one is flashing. This is showing you how much battery is charged and indicating to you that it is in fact charging from the computer's USB connection. So we should be ready to go with this soon. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go ahead and use this for the next couple of days, and I will come back on the review to let you know how well it worked. Okay, so I'm going to try charging my phone. I've let it go down to around 25%, something like that. And I'm going to try charging it with the case now. And to make things easier to charge, I'm going to put it in airplane mode because iPhones supposedly charge faster in airplane mode. And we're going to start it charging. So, okay, it's been hour and a half, almost 2 hours. And as you can see, it is now fully charged. And if you look at the case, you can push this button down here. It'll tell you with the LED that it still has 1 bar of juice left. So I've got a almost full charge with some left over. So that's pretty good. I'm really concerned with the fact that the phone sits pretty much flush on top here. This case, while it is very protective back here and on the sides and the corners, it doesn't offer really any protection for the screen, which I think is probably the most vulnerable place on an iPhone. So I would suggest in future iterations of this product to give it some thickness here. Give it a lip around the edge so that if it falls face down on the ground, there's something to prevent the screen from absorbing the entire impact, because it'll break. The other thing I would like to suggest to the manufacturer is to not use these micro USB things. Why not make this a Thunderbolt connection? I'm pretty sure that the data transfer through a micro USB port is slower than the transfer through a Thunderbolt port. I already have a whole bunch of Thunderbolt power and transfer cables to plug into my phone. Now I just have one for this micro USB. Now, granted, the micro USBs are more universal with other products, but I don't have the other products. I have an iPhone, and the case is made for an iPhone. So it should use a Thunderbolt connection. Okay, so I realize I've only used this one time. The only charging it received was when I plugged it in to see if it would transfer data. So it does what it's supposed to do. It was very easy to install the phone into the case, and it did give me a full recharge with a little bit left over. Since it is billed as a protective case as well as a battery, and it doesn't protect the front of the phone, I'm going to take 1 spike off for that. So my final verdict is 9 out of 10 spikes.
If you or your company make a product that you'd like us to review, please drop us a line at reviews@tsgmultimedia.com.